Hey guys, Thunderstruck MTB here. Yes, it has been a minute here. A couple frustrating things here. Why I haven't had a video. We'll talk about that toward the end of this. On that note, I would never just purposely stop making videos without me putting out a video to tell you I stop making videos. So I won't just disappear. I dislike it when channels do that. I would never do that to you guys. I plan on going nowhere, but just nothing I could really make a video about until, well, now. Second, if my camera all of a sudden stops halfway through this thing, I've been having problems with the camera. It'll just shut off in the middle. I don't know why. It doesn't say it's a heated battery. I don't know why. So if it's stitched together by what looks like a kindergartner did it to stitch a couple of different clips together, it's because I did it and I don't know what I'm doing, and that's the best I could do. So here we go. I'm going to talk faster. Yes, that is possible. What is this video about? Well, we'll talk about why I haven't made a video in a couple minutes and why, well, anyway, we'll get back to that. So what this video is about is headset bearings and get them orientated correctly. So I recently sold my Silver Pike Ultimate, and the buyer reached out to me just a couple hours ago and gave me a picture of his gap. And yeah, that was weird. Gave me a picture of his gap right here, this gap right here, and I didn't like the look of his gap. It was too wide for my taste. God, it got weird. His gap there was as easily 3 or 4 times like the size of that gap. So he has a Polygon bike with a Polygon branded headset. It could just be the way that headset is. When I sold the fork to him, he kept the Crown Race on. It's a Cane Creek 110/70 Crown Race. It'll slam right up there tight like this is. So what I think happened, I don't know yet. He hasn't got back to me, but I think possibly happened is he got the bearings located and orientated incorrectly. So on these bearings, right here, this bearing, this is the bottom. The bigger one is the bottom, and the smaller one is the top, but that's not what this is about. That falls under no shit Sherlock. Okay, so the bearings, they have is it hard to say? They have a chamfered edge right here. This edge is chamfered, and this other edge on this outside is 90 degrees straight. It's probably hard to see on my video, but it's chamfered on one edge, which is now going to be over here, and then this edge is straight. It's really, really, really easy to see once you have it in your hand, and it's also really, really easy to kind of not see and kind of forget it if you didn't know, okay? So the chamfered edge, this is the bottom bearing, the chamfered edge of our headset bearings go into the frame. So this bigger bottom bearing, this chamfered edge, which is on top, hopefully you can see it, it would face up into the frame like this, and the smaller top bearing, the chamfer, hope you can see it, it faces down into the frame like this. So again, when you put in those bearings, you've got to get that chamfered edge into the frame, bottom up, top down, and if you get them backwards, it will feel like it fits. Like this would be backwards, this 90 degree now would be going up on the bottom. And what's going to happen is the frame is going to have the races here for the frame. They're going to have a chamfer as well. And whether it's an IS frame like this, which means the frame itself is the bearing race, or you have a frame that has cups pressed in, that doesn't matter. They're going to have matching chamfers as well. And if you go ahead and you put this straight edge of this bearing and you on the bottom and you wedge it up on top, what's going to happen is it's going to feel like it went in, but it's not going to go in far enough. The symptom's going to be too big of a gap on the bottom. Same thing if you did it on top. It's going to be too big of a gap either on the bottom or top, or if you did it wrong on both, it'd be too big of a gap here and too big of a gap right in there. Okay, that's the first symptom. What would happen if you rode like that? Well, you're going to destroy the bearing. Depends on how much you ride. You're going to for sure destroy the bearing. And if you had a carbon fiber IS frame where the frame itself is the molded race of the bearing, oh my goodness, it could be a really, really bad day. So again, last time, when you put these bearings in, man, I can't stress it enough. Look at it, take your time, find that chamfered, beveled, angled edge, and the bottom bearing, it goes up into the frame. And last time, top bearing, that same edge, that beveled edge goes down into the frame. Okay, get that right, very easy to screw up, and that's your sort of what this video is about. Now, a little update. Why hasn't there been a video? Where you been, Thunderstruck? Well, I mean, we look around here, we see no bike. I have no bike. I see some parts over here. I see some parts, but it's just been old Greenie. Old Greenie, you and me. New Bluey, I hardly knew you. So yeah, we definitely have some parts over here. And what in the world is that? We'll get back to that here in a second. So I'm gonna bite my tongue. I'm gonna hold my lip, and it's just been frustrating. The video, once it's all said and done, when it comes out, then we'll talk more about it. It will become clear when you watch this next video. I have been patiently waiting. Patiently was in freaking air quotes. I've been patiently waiting for this to be resolved. It's been promised to me. I'm simply waiting for a frame to come back in stock. And yeah, it's supposed to be now any day, but you know, it's tough, guys. So I bought my matte blackout chameleon back in January, and I'm filming this in the first part of June of 2024, and I still don't have a bike. It's over 6 months, money's out of my account, and it is frustrating as can be. So anyway, more on that. That's why there hasn't been a video out, just because I don't want to say anything right now. So, you know, we got some parts out, and we took a look at this, right? Is that a Fox factory box? It is. But you know what? That Fox is gold, right? Isn't a Fox factory usually orange? Why is a Fox factory? What is going on here? Let's open this up. Oh, God. Oh, God. Oh, God, this is the worst unboxing ever. I'm sorry. What in the world is going on in Thunderstruck's bike cave / garage? So if that doesn't whet your appetite for what's bound to come sooner or later, please sooner rather than later, then I don't know what else. So anyway, guys, hang in there. There will be videos coming up, hopefully soon, hopefully just days away. Not weeks. If it's months, I'm gonna lose my freaking mind. I'm not a patient man normally, and yeah, this is testing everything I have patience-wise. So anyway, for those of you that are wanting to service that headset, follow that simple tip. Of course, the most important thing is to make sure you get that stem on properly, okay? These bolts right here for the stem, these are what hold on to the steer tube. This is not a tutorial. Make sure you do a tutorial. If you're just getting into it, it's not hard to do. Please get that stem on properly. That is number one. If you don't, you will find out what the inside of an ambulance in your emergency room looks like shortly. So again, that's the most important thing, but don't forget that chamfer. Remember, chamfer goes up into the frame on the bottom, down into the frame from the top. Chamfer towards the frame, flat part facing away. You get that right? You'll know it when you see it. So anyway, guys, gals, get that part right, and I hope you guys are all doing well. Hope you guys are all out riding. I'm riding. Me and old Greenie, man, we just go out and hammer, and you know, maybe the universe is telling me something, right? Anyway, guys, hope you found this video useful. Hope you found it informative, and if whatever, I hope you found it. Anyway, guys, gals, thanks for watching. Later.